Welcome back, Grayscale investors. This is, if you're brand new to the channel, this is Grayscale Mansion. And somebody gave it this name because I was telling a story a couple months ago about how I bought this place after the last Grayscale run. So I hope you guys are able to do something good with your winnings. Those of you that put in quite a bit, you might be able to buy a new home, the home of your dreams, whatever that looks like. Maybe it's a ranch, maybe it's whatever. So hopefully you get that. I'm gonna be here for a couple days, so you see me doing videos from down here. I wanted to talk in this video about why you guys are, in my opinion, and this is kudos to you, some of the smartest investors out there because, well, some of the smartest people out there. Let's start with that, and I think that's true. So there are a lot of people that never get involved in investing because they're afraid of it. They're afraid of losing money. I've talked to people like this that they don't want to invest in anything in the stock market because they're afraid of losing money. And then there are people that you'll tell, and you probably have run into this too. I've had this where it's like I tell family, friends, coworkers about the opportunity in Grayscale, and so many people either just disregard it or they kind of feign interest and then they never take action, and so they're never going to get these kind of gains. And these are mad gains that we can get, you know, with the price predictions that we have on LTC and BCHG. Man, these are mad gains. So this is it's pretty crazy. We're gonna do, I'm thinking, very well, and will benefit. And they won't benefit because they never took action, or they never to invest at all, or they never wanted to invest in crypto or Grayscale. You know, there are a lot of people that, and I've talked to some of them. I tried to convince some people that were, into dividend ETFs. I'm like, listen, if you put some of your portfolio into Grayscale, you can expand your dividend portfolio immensely. And they wrote it off because they're dividend investors and that's what they focus on. That's all they want to focus on. And it's like, so from my perspective, you know, everybody has their own journey. Everybody's doing their own thing. That's cool. That's fine. But to me, it's kind of short-sighted because it's like, you have this huge opportunity to increase your wealth. And it's like, it only comes around once every 4 years or so. And so why wouldn't you? You know, why wouldn't you take the opportunity and just do that? I don't know. To me, it makes no sense. So it's like, but I'm also crazy. Like I sold off basically everything. I'm like 99.9% Grayscale. The only thing I have that's not Grayscale is like a little bit of Virgin Galactic stock. That's basically a good luck charm in my brokerage accounts for a moon mission, which is what we're going on, you know. And so that's kind of, but getting back to what I was saying, like very few people will ever invest. I feel like it's crazy. And even I explained this to two young individuals who were just graduating high school. And I gave them some money and I'm like, you know, if you open a brokerage account with Fidelity and you put this money in there and you invest in Grayscale, well, you can at least 10x your money. You know, you should be able to at least 10x your money, you know, by the end of the year or in the next 9 months or so. And it's like, and it just kind of went over their head. Like they weren't really interested. They're focused on other stuff. It's like, it's kind of stuff you do when you're young and dumb, right? Like you don't pay attention to stuff that matters as you grow older. But damn, I was just like, how could you not, you know, if I could go back to when I was 18 and the opportunities that we have today, if these were available when I was 18, holy shit. I know there's some young viewers out there on my channel, some as young as, I think the youngest was like 16 or 17, you know, from somewhere. So kudos to you. And we got a couple 19, 20-year-olds for sure that are watching. So kudos. I mean, like you get involved in this stuff, and especially like if you continue to invest in multiple cycles, you're gonna do phenomenally well. And you can be so far ahead of most people. And most people are broke. They have nice things, but most people are deeply in debt for those things. The house, the car, all that stuff. Like they're broke. They might look well off, but a lot of them just are not. A lot of them are not. So, and yet it's like I'm so irritated by the school system that because it never teaches us about finance or literacy. You know, It'll teach us about algebra 2 and pre-calc, which none of us are ever going to use in our lifetime. Like, if you're honest, you're never going to use that shit. It's all done by a computer. The only people that need to know math now are like the physicists who are having to do things by hand, and even then they have computer programs, right? And it's like the computer software developers who need to program the algorithms into the software. That's it. That's the only people that need to know, right? And it's like, so I don't know why we're still teaching algebra 2 and pre-calc and all that crap, because it doesn't even matter. Like, what does it matter? I look back at college and I took like Calc 1, Calc 2, Calc 3, all this shit that I've forgotten now. Why did I forget it? Because I don't fucking use it. I've never used it on a single job that I've had. I'm never gonna use it. All that stuff is like, it can be used in programs for like architectural engineering development. It's ridiculous. It's like, but they won't, oh God forbid, they teach us about money and finance and investing and debt and interest and all that kind of stuff, taxes, blah, 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 blah. They don't do that. But anyway, so I at the end of the day though, it's up to each and every one of us as an individual to figure shit out and dig ourselves out of the hole that we find ourselves in when we reach the age of adulthood. And it's like, okay, well then the real journey path starts, and it's like you get to figure out like what you should be doing in life, versus what you were taught by your parents, by school, all that kind of stuff. So, but most people, they don't take the time to learn about investing. They'll spend all their time on TikTok, all their time on YouTube, and they won't invest. You guys are like the smartest people. Like you found this channel, you found other channels talking about Grayscale. Why? Because you were smart and you took the time to actually do the research, right? You took the time to do the research. So kudos to you. So you're going to be, you are in an asset class that I think is the most superior to all other asset classes. It's crazy. And the gains that we can get here are rivaled by nothing else that I know of that we can get into. I mean, it's crazy. The stuff that we can see, the gains we're going to see on these trusts beat anything else that you could get into. Real estate, precious metals, growth stocks, dividend ETFs, index funds, anything else like that that I know of. It's like, no. The Grayscale trusts, they're the best damn asset class to be in. So kudos to you guys. But this is like, why I think it's like there's a very few select people that are in the 1% and beyond. It's because they take the time to learn, and they are willing to risk their money, by investing it into assets that they investigate. And previously, historically, the people have done really well. They worked at hedge funds, all that kind of stuff. Like they made good money. But guess what? Like if those guys just knew about crypto and invested in it, and knew about Grayscale and invested in it, they could probably make a heck of a lot more money by doing that than going into whatever else they're going into. But they're tied to like the historical investing paradigm, and so they don't see the new stuff that's out there. They don't put any faith in it. I've got a friend who's like really been big into trading for years, and I mentioned to him, I'm like, dude, I think you ought to get into the Grayscale trust, like put something in there. And he was very doubtful, very skeptical. And it's like, well, it's because we all come from a place generally where it's like we know and we trust the things that we've learned over the years, right? It's known to us. And so we don't oftentimes want to go out and try something new and risk our portfolio. So I understand that from that perspective. However, it's like, it doesn't take a whole lot to, in my opinion, just do the research and just kind of figure out, what's the outcome from these trusts. I mean, it's just like the outcome from the investing in these trusts is a good one. It's like you just look back in the past, and the past isn't going to repeat exactly the same way, but it's like it's going to rhyme, and given, what we're looking at with potential price targets for LTCN and BCHG, man, we should be able to do really well in these trusts. Like everybody that's gotten into these over the past couple months should do really well in the trusts. And then you can turn around and do whatever you want with your profits. Put them into dividend ETFs or growth stocks, or buy a home, or a mix of both, or whatever. but you're gonna be way just head and shoulders above most everybody else. It really puts you in my perspective, like you guys are like an elite class of people. You might not feel like that, but here's the deal, like you do not need to be the smartest man in the room or smartest woman in the room to make the most money. The smartest people are the specialists. Like they're the day traders, they're the hedge fund managers, they're the architects, the engineers, the physicists. Those are specialists. And like Robert Kiyosaki, author of Rich Dad Poor Dad, like he says, C students work, or A students work for C students. And so as an average dude, you can hire the best people, and you can outpace them. If you're the business owner, you'll outpace them. You hire the smartest people, you can outpace them because you were the business owner. You did the work, you saw the opportunity, and you put things into motion. And it's like the same thing applies to investing. If you do the work and you take the action, like investor stuff, you're gonna see the results. So you don't need to be, I'm certainly not the smartest investing guy out there. I don't know shit about options. I don't know shit about day trading. I've never shorted a stock ever. There are a lot of things I don't know about, but there are a lot of things that I'm like, well, I don't need to know about everything. Who cares about everything? It's like, I just need to know about a few things that can do really well. And that's like, it's crypto, it's Grayscale. It's like, you can do pretty well in that, so you don't need to be the smartest person, the smartest investor out there to do enormously well. And you guys all have the ability to become like super millionaires in the coming years, like in the coming cycles. Like you can. I've talked about this before. If you simply, leave enough of your after-tax profits to ride for the next bull run, and you just keep doing that through subsequent bull runs, you're gonna make mad money. I mean, it's like, it's crazy how easy it is to make a lot of money. It is absolutely crazy. Like I've shared my son's portfolio, his UTMA account before. I've shared my SEP IRA account, and it's like those things. It's like my SEP IRA account started with 25 grand in it. Well, it's probably going to get to, I'm thinking like over 2 million at the rate it's going right now. It'd be of 2 million, maybe with rotation I can get it up to like 4 million or more. We'll see. But then I could take that, and next cycle, man, I could do a 10x or a 20x on that. What does that end up being? Crazy money. Like it doesn't take that long. It feels like forever to wait between crypto cycles, but it's not. It's not in terms of like the length of your life and what it can do for you, what money can do for you. I've talked a lot in different videos through the course of the past couple of months about money being just a facilitator. And it provides you with freedom to move where you want, buy the things you want, have the experiences you want. And it's like, so whatever you guys want, it's like you can have that in life because you're smart investors. And I know you're gonna come back next cycle and invest in the Grayscale Trust and other ETFs that are out there. I know you're gonna do it. I know, because I know you're smart. And it's like, we're gonna make mad money. But I wanna make this video and just say that you guys are super smart and you need to realize that. Now, don't get a full head. Don't get full of yourself, because obviously you might not know everything about investing. I certainly don't, but it's like I pretty much the gains that I will see this cycle will exceed the gains that anybody else that I know and anybody else that probably works in the financial industry. It's probably, unless you're like a huge multi-billion-dollar hedge fund. It's crazy. So we are super lucky to have Grayscale with us. The power of Grayscale, it's like it's incredible. We're very fortunate for this, and just think about it like that. Also, like I said, just to wrap up here, this is the reason why I believe that most people can never get ahead, because they never investigate investing, B, are never willing to put their money into it, and C, would never consider crypto or crypto related trusts like Grayscale as an investment vehicle. And so they'll never get to the heights that you and I can. And that's okay. Not everybody in life is gonna win at the same, level as everybody else. So it's like, just be the biggest winner you can, because like I've said in the past couple of videos that I put out, I think where this country is gonna be in like 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, it's probably not gonna be the best spot for a lot of different reasons. So one of the things you can do is make as much money as you can, because as I've said before, well, people with money generally tend to do better off than people without money when times get tough. And you want to be somebody with money, so don't waste all your profits on stupid ass shit, that just is a short-term gain for you. Like, don't do that, and make sure you leave enough to ride and reinvest. All right, I'm gonna leave it here. I will see you guys in future videos from Grayscale Mansion down here in Florida, where it is a beautiful, 80 degrees plus. Some people don't like it this warm, but I think between 80 and 90 is like my favorite temperature, so it's not bad. All right, I'll see you guys soon. Take care.